Check 1 2 3. Check, check. All right, I see we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Probably not going to be uploading this after, just because there's no reason to, but we're just going to hang out and chill and answer some questions. Got some free time for once in my life, so yeah. What up, Matt Shum? How you doing, buddy? I hope everybody's having a wonderful... What day of the week is it? Is it Wednesday? Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Let's get situated over here. All right. What up from Dubai? Wow. Detroit. Where's everyone from? I want to hear all your cities. Shout your city out right now in the chat. I don't think I'm going to be uploading this live stream after. I don't see why I would. It's just going to be a very casual hangout. Boston, Massachusetts. We got London. We got Texas. We got Malaysia, Pittsburgh, Oakville, Italy, London, India, Brazil, St. Louis. Someone asked if I'm German. I'm not, but my last name is German. I think very distantly someone in my family was German. But Schiffer is definitely a German word. Wow, the chat is popping. So this is the first live stream I've done in quite a while. Back in the day when I used to do them, well, back in the day, like a couple months ago when I did a lot of live streams, I was only at like 20K subscribers. Now we're at a lot more than that. So it's, the chat is going to be very hard for me to keep up with. So please don't hate me if I miss your comments. There's a lot of them and I'm not used to this. So yeah. Where am I from? I am from Toronto, Ontario in Canada. Born and raised. Lived in Vancouver for a little bit at one point, but currently here in Toronto. Hey bro, looking to get the Sony a7 III mainly just for video, but can't afford multiple lenses. Which one should I go for? Well, the first lens I got was the, got it right here actually. It's the Sony 28mm f2, and I really like it. I don't know, it's totally up to you. Oh my god, these comments are flying. How many people we got in here? 145 people? Are you kidding me? Wow, I've never had that many people in a stream before. Before you guys forget, everyone please give this stream a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. That would help a lot. How old am I? I'm 23 years old. Who's my role model? I have a bunch. You guys probably know I really look up to Peter McKinnon, not just from like a filmmaking and photography standpoint, just because I mean, I just think he has such a great like online personality and he's such a motivating, like inspiring individual. So that's definitely one of my role models, no doubt. Daniel, I filmed a promotional video based off your videos and your tips really worked. That's the dream. That's the goal, right? Oh my god, guys, I'm sorry. There's so many comments. Did Daddy McKinnon ever get back to me? No. Well, he commented on the video, but I haven't like had a personal interaction with him. I mean, that wasn't really the intention of the video. It was more so just to... I was just trying to inspire you guys, really. And I did that through like the story of Peter inspiring me, if that makes sense. What will I do today? Well, right now with this morning I was working on some stuff, some editing and whatnot, and then I've got a rooftop party tonight that I'm going to for some grand opening of some rooftop here in Toronto. I don't know. Okay, let's go through some more of these questions. A lot of gear questions which are like totally subjective. It's really hard to give you like set in stone answers when like someone asks, do you prefer Sony over Canon? Personally, like, no, but the reason I use Sony is because you get so much more for the price. If Canon offered the same thing for the same price, but with their menus, their buttons, their lenses, their color science, I'd go for Canon. Just because Sony packs more into a camera for a low price, which is why I use it. But hopefully Canon will catch up. But in saying that, like, I'm not a super loyal Sony fanboy by any means. I just like their stuff. But I'd switch like that if the right camera came along. Someone said Daniel Schiffer merch would be awesome. I actually have some plans for merch, and I don't like the word merch because it just sounds like the typical like YouTuber clothing and t-shirts and stuff, but I have like plans for doing some cool stuff. That's not going to be like exclusive to like Daniel Schiffer. It's not going to have my name on it or anything, but you know. Did I join Peter McKinnon's 1DX2 giveaway? Yes, not because I want to win the 1DX2, just because like why not, you know? Am I applying for Peter McKinnon's job opening? That's a question I've actually been getting a lot, you know, ever since he uploaded that video. The answer is no for a couple reasons. The first and the main reason is because I've got my own thing going on. And I don't want to be like an editor for someone else. As much as I love Peter, like, doesn't really interest me. I want to do my own content and focus on that. The other thing, like the thing that jumps out at me right away is that he needs someone who edits in Premiere. I edit in Final Cut. I can edit in Premiere. I've edited things in Premiere in the past. I just prefer Final Cut. Yeah. Do I have a girlfriend? Yes. I'm dating my girlfriend Sarah for almost 5 years. It's been a while. Hey Daniel, thanks for everything you've taught. Joe NKA, you're very welcome. That's why I do this. Google Pixel or iPhone or Samsung Galaxy camera? I don't really know. I've only ever used like the iPhone and the Google Pixel. Pixel 2, actually. And they're both good. I'm 23 years old. Someone asked, where did you learn all this? From YouTube? Yeah, I learned a good amount of stuff from YouTube. And just from like working with other people. My friends have taught me a lot. I have a friend named Maddie who is actually like in film school. Well, I think he's done now, but he like taught me a good amount of stuff too. Yeah. Hey Dan, you doing any video feedback in today's stream? No, I'm not watching any videos today just because we're at a much larger amount of subscribers and viewers than I previously was when I used to do those. So I need to get a feeling for this first, because this is a whole different game now, having 200 people in a stream, whereas before I'd have like 40, and I thought 40 was a lot, which it is. 40 people in a stream is good, but 200 is pretty crazy. Any tips on editing quickly in Lightroom? Use presets. Favorite camera that is not a DSLR? I mean, do mirrorless cameras count as DSLRs? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe Canon G7X is good, or Sony RX100V 5. Using an A6300 with an 18-105, but getting too much unexpected noise in low light. Suggest tips. Is the camera broken? Chances are if you're using an 18-105, the lens is probably not very fast. Just an assumption because it's such a wide zoom range. I'm guessing it's an f4. But if you want good low light, you need a fast lens. Shoot with a lower f-stop and lower ISOs. And that's the key. Can you color grade from flat profile with cube LUTs? Yes, absolutely. Hey dude, what's up? You're insane. Keep it up. You inspire a ton of people, including me. That was from Dylan Clark. Dylan, thank you so much for the kind words. Really appreciate that. That's why I do this. Love to help people. Love to answer people's questions. All right. Okay. So here's an interesting question. Adrian Mack asked me, how do you determine pricing for commercials or projects? What's your process? This is a topic I avoid on my channel and social media in general because, people constantly ask me, especially since my video on how to make money shooting videos for trendy restaurants. Everyone asks me, how much do I charge? The answer to that question is I will never be telling anybody how much I charge. That doesn't mean to say I won't tell you. I do plan on doing a video on how to charge, how to price your work. But as far as answering the question, what do I personally charge? That's something I'm not going to ever disclose because a lot of you guys know who my clients are. So I don't need people coming in and undercutting me, undercutting my prices. Also, that's part of the industry is that, you charge what you charge and you don't want to just start telling everybody what you charge. It's not a smart business move if I did that. That being said, how do you go about pricing your videos? That depends on where you live. A factor is the gear you use. How much gear are you bringing to a shoot? Are you bringing lighting? Are you working with audio? Or are you just bringing a camera? How long have you been doing it? What's your skill level? What stage of life are you in? I mean, videos can range from, you could do a video for $20 or you could do a video for $20,000. So it really just depends on what you're doing. Like, people think that there's like a standard price. Your price is your price. That's what I've learned over past couple of years doing this, is that there's no standard. Like, some clients will have higher budgets than others, and you're always going to try and get the most amount of money possible. Does that make sense? Like, there's no standard price. You just have to come up with your own price and don't overthink it. If people aren't willing to pay your price, maybe you're pricing yourself too high. That's my advice. I do have a plan for making a video on pricing though, like a more thought out thing. I know Chris Howe actually did one kind of recently. What's up, Ryan Cow? Thanks for the super chat. You didn't have to do that. And yes, you do need to come here to Toronto, or I'd love to see Portland. Looks like a cool city, but absolutely, like, Ryan, this summer, man, like, the weather's good now. Like, come on through. Let's make it happen. What are we waiting for, man? Just reach. Any idea when the 1DX Mark III is coming out? Is that a thing? I don't know. More people are asking if I'm applying for the Peter McKinnon job opening. The answer is no. I don't edit in Premiere. I edit in Final Cut, and also I got my own thing going on, right? Do I do photography? I do photography for fun. I don't like, I want to do more photography, but I don't often like leave my house with the camera and take photos, because whenever I'm out and about with my camera, I'm taking videos. Like, I just love making videos. I don't do photography professionally at all. Strictly video, but I do enjoy photography. I like taking photos. I just don't do it often enough. I need to do it more. Tips for finding clients for intermediate filmmakers with a portfolio. If you haven't already seen my video on how I get clients, one of the things I recommend is going to events and farmers markets. That's a great way to network. And the number one thing, like, when it comes to meeting clients and acquiring business, meet people in person. Cold calls are okay. Cold emails, not as effective. Just showing up and meeting people in person and introducing yourself, and like, pull out your Instagram and show them an actual video that you've made, like, to their face. And then they know, like, think of it this way. I used to work at Foot Locker back in the day, like 6 years ago or something. And I was selling shoes, and what I realized is, when you put the shoe in a person's hand or put the shoe on their foot, they're 10 times more likely to want to buy it. If they're just looking at it on the shelf, or if they're just walking by the store, they might not even want to buy a shoe. The second you put it in their hands or put it on their foot, they're like, oh, looks pretty good. So go up to people and show them your videos. You know, if they have the time, don't bother people, don't annoy them. But if they have the time and you're having a conversation, say, hey, check out this 15-second video I made on my Instagram. They're going to be like, hey, that's pretty cool. Then give them your business card, tell them what's up. Meet people in person. Armando Nava, thanks for the $5. If you ever come to Houston, hit me up. I'm a food blogger, solid food here. Houston, man, I'm so sorry about the Rockets. Oh, I thought it was their year to at least make it to the final. I don't know if you're a basketball fan, but that was unfortunate. Like, I like Golden State also, but man, those Rockets, I was hoping we'd see something different in the final this year. Anyway, back to filmmaking. If you can pick one prime, what would you pick? That's from Oliver James Productions. Depends. Like for a crop sensor, probably a 30 mil. For a full frame camera, probably a 50 mil. Yeah. I feel like I should get some music going in the background. Aiden Morris says, hit me up for Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram for collabs at the Aiden Morris. Thank you for the super chat. If anyone wants to collab with Aiden, I don't know what he does. By the looks of his picture, he does some photography, maybe some videos. If you guys are trying to collab, hit up Aiden because he's looking for a collab. Let me fire up some music. You know what? Someone send me a playlist. Someone send me a music playlist on YouTube. Someone just submit something good. I'm just going to put it on in the background. I already know. Amazing cool. Hey, what's up, man? Cheers from Toronto. Right back at you from Toronto. Love how many Toronto people we've got like on the Instagram and on the YouTube. Nick Brangle, what's up, buddy? If you guys don't know, Nick Brangle makes some cool stuff. Someone asked, Pat Flanagan asked, what streaming setup are you using right now? Mic, software, etc. Right now I'm streaming with OBS. It's free, works good. I've got the Rode NT1. That's what this is right here. On the, oh my God, the boom stand, the desk mount for it. The webcam is just a Logitech like HD webcam. I don't think it's even 4K. It's pretty crappy, but it's all right. Gets the job done. Do we got some playlists coming in? Trail feature submitted a link. Let's see if that's a playlist. I sure hope it is. Yes, it is. Oh, I like that. Okay. And it's live. I'm gonna rewind just so I'm not streaming during the stream because that'll slow my internet down. I don't know if you guys can even hear this, but it's definitely upping my mood. That song already end? Just started. There we go. Lo-fi hip-hop radio. Trail features, thank you for the playlist. This is perfect. Perfect. Canon Prime 50mm 1.8 or 1.4. Well, you'll save a good amount of money getting the 1.8. And to tell you the truth, I was actually in my local camera shop the other day and I picked up a new Canon 50mm 1.8, which is what I've got rocking right here. I was actually considering the 1.4. I put it on the camera and the manual focus sucked. It was so like stiff and like not smooth. So I do recommend the 1.8 because it is cheaper and the manual focus is just way smoother on the 1.8 than it is on the 1.4. Unless like the one they put in my hands was just like a faulty version, but it was The 1.4 was no good for manual focus. It is faster, is better in low light, but if you're doing videos and you need to pull focus, 1.8 baby. This thing's awesome. So happy with this purchase. Trail features, I'm loving this playlist. I'm gonna bookmark that. All right, let's see. What are some things to improve on when first starting out? That is a question from Christopher Vo. Well, Christopher, I'd say focus on like the basics. So make sure you know how to use your camera. Make sure you're using the right shutter speed. Make sure you're using the right f-stop. Make sure you're getting your ISO as low as possible and lighting properly. Get your audio crispy. Get the mic close to you. That's the dream. The basics. Nail the basics. And man, like even now after I've been doing this a while, I'm still every day like trying to step up like the basics. Like sometimes I'm not good with that. Like someone commented even on my newest video, someone said, Daniel, you need to get some fill lighting in there. I was like, you know what? I do. Josh Basal said, careful with this playlist, you might get copy striked. That's a PewDiePie reference. I don't care if these live streams get like copyrighted because I don't post them. This is an exclusive club, guys. If you're in here right now, this is exclusive. This is gone forever after this is over. Well, it's not gone forever. It's just going to be on unlisted. So if you have the link, you could always come back to it. But yeah. Adrian Mack with the big 1999 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. He said he just purchased the A7 III after my test footage a while back. The pasta looked delicious, bro. Give me 2 months and hope to produce on your scale. Man, you could be producing like me tomorrow. I'm not that good, I promise. Man, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, and I hope you're enjoying the A7 III. It's an awesome camera. And let me get back to that pasta thing actually. So here in Canada, we say pasta. In the United States, most of you guys say pasta. The correct way to say that word, if you're Italian, they say pasta, which is like neither of those. And personally, I feel like pasta is closer, but that's like, I don't know, like in Canada, like when we refer to our parents' female sibling, we say aunt. Some people I've heard say aunt, but I say aunt. Canadians say aunt usually. It's just how people talk. Like, I'm not saying pasta wrong. I'm just saying it the way my country says it. You know? Everyone freaked out when I said pasta. What other word? Like, oh, like there's so many differences between Canada and the US. Like, we have what you call traffic cones, we call a pylon. I was in Florida recently and I said, watch out for that pylon. And people looked at me like I was from another planet. They're like, what the hell is a pylon? I'm like, the orange cone, the pylon. Like, you mean traffic cone? I was like, I mean, yeah, like it makes sense, but it's just different, right? We spell color differently. I spell color with an O-U-R. Americans don't have the U. Same with favorite. Same with, I think neighbor is the same way. Maybe not. I don't know. Felipe, oh, we got, Jordan Coleman sent the €2. I hope I'm getting that right. He said, are you making a video for PM B-roll challenge? I want to. I have an idea for it, but it's getting kind of late, so I need to get on it. I really want to, though. I have a really good idea. What I was saying before, Felipe said the bacon is also different. The Canadian bacon versus the American bacon. And you know what's funny is in Canada, what Americans call Canadian bacon, we don't call that Canadian bacon. We call that pea meal bacon. Regular bacon is the same bacon. Like we call bacon bacon. Like the same way you call bacon bacon. You know what I mean? And then we have pea meal bacon, which is what you guys call Canadian bacon. I've never called it Canadian bacon. I don't know anyone who does, except for Americans. Interesting fact. Someone asked, how do I say ant? Insect. I say ant. I think that's the proper way. Trail Features had a really good comment. He said, I try to remind myself not to get caught up trying to get fancy with edits and forget the basics. Good, clean work will stand up over time versus a trendy edit. And guys, this is so true. Like, when I used to review your videos in these streams, which we're going to get back to soon, but a lot of the time people submit these edits with very amateurish, you know, beginner style cinematography, and they throw a whole bunch of like Sam Colder and Ryan Nangle like preset transitions on there with all the prism blurs and those zooms and everything, which is fine. But a nice video that is clean cut with great shots will always look better than a mediocrely shot video with a bunch of crazy transitions. Y'all need to understand that, because like even when I started, I was like, oh, I want to do cool transitions, but it's all about the shots. Who knows what this is? I'm not talking about, this is just water, but who knows what's what this mug is? Comment, excuse me, comment if you know what that mug is. Yazine said, hey Daniel Schiffer, at what frames per second do you film your YouTube videos? 30 or 23? I use 24 for like all my talking head stuff. B-roll is either like 60, 30, or 120, excuse me. Jordan Coleman said he would love to watch it. Can you review mine? I'm not going to be reviewing any videos today in the stream, but Jordan, absolutely, like, send me a link on Instagram and I'll watch it for sure. If you could give one tip to small YouTubers with under 1,000 subs in 2018. Small YouTubers with under 1,000 subscribers in 2018. One tip. Okay, so Casey put out a video the other day. Some of you might have seen it, which I thought was a little bit discouraging because he said, you know, is it still possible to be a YouTuber now? And he was like talking about how the space is so much more crowded now. And like, there is some truth to that, but there are so many cases, because the thing is, Casey only knows about like the big YouTubers in the hundreds of thousands and millions. He only knows about those. He doesn't know about guys like me who are like still like small, but like getting up there. And it's a totally like different thing. Like, I'm making some money off of YouTube, but I'm not a big YouTuber. Like, if you want to be a YouTuber, 2018 is a better time than ever. Like, right now is a better time than ever to start. It's not going to be full. There's not too many YouTubers. There's only a growing audience. More and more people are becoming audience members and viewers of YouTube videos. So for Casey to say like it's becoming too crowded, yeah, maybe if you expect to have over 1 million subscribers, like that's going to be really hard nowadays. But if you want to like have like a good community and like a small fan base, and actually you can monetize that, you can have like a really like good successful YouTube channel without being in the millions. That's what people don't understand. I think that's what Casey kind of missed in that, is that he's talking about like the big guys. You can start a YouTube channel right now, and the biggest piece of advice is to just do it and be consistent and make your content stand out from others. When I started, I was you know, I'm the first to admit my content was very similar, like the way I was titling my videos, the way I was being in my videos, I was very similar to Peter McKinnon, because that's who I was inspired by, and that's sort of what I was taking after, and naturally that happened. But the more I made videos, the more I sort of found my own style and realized like what I'm good at and what my strengths are. So I play on that, and now I just try to bring value to people in like short, concise, to the point videos without rambling. And a lot of that is done in editing, because I'm rambling right now, but that's just because this is, you know, a live stream. I'm just voicing my opinions and stuff. But in a polished video, like, just be concise, like, get to the point. Don't just hold up a camera and be like, now we're going to Starbucks, now we're going to get ice cream, now we're going to do this, now we're going to do that. Like, Casey Neistat says, story is king. I say style is king. Have a style. That's my rant. That's how to get started on YouTube in 2018. Yazine, that's how I said it. He asked, how did I pronounce his name? To me, that looks like Yazine. I don't know. Jareem Hoth, how do you get a biz to let you work to do free work for them. So what I do is I go on Instagram and I find new restaurants or companies or stores that are opening up in Toronto, and I just show up there and I call them and I say, hey, what's up? I make videos. Here's one of my videos, and I show them, like I was talking about before. I pull out my phone and show them the video. They go, oh, cool. Say, would you have time for me like right now to just film something? Or if not, I can come back later or whatever. And they're like, yeah, sure. I got rejected by a pizza shop a couple weeks ago. They weren't interested. So I went to the next place, which was the pasta place. That's what you guys don't know, is that it's not always a success. You just have to keep trying. And thank you for the super chat, Jareem. What's up, Sarah Dunk, Chorky Bear in the house? And yeah, a lot of you knew exactly what this was. Gotta rep it, you know? I'm quite confident that one day, I don't know about a collab, but I'm sure one day, like, I'll cross paths with either Peter or Maddie, and something will come of it. Like, I'm sure, like, some content will be made. I have, like, a gut feeling. Jordan Coleman, thank you so much for the super chat. You don't have to keep giving me money, man. And you love the LUTs. Guys, if you haven't already gotten the vintage LUT pack, it's 13 LUTs for $6.29. I think I have the cheapest LUT pack on the market. And people really like them. I've gotten like great reviews on my LUT pack, so I recommend you guys check that out. Jordan, thank you so much. And yes, I will be watching your video after this stream. Hey Daniel Schiffer, you're awesome, man. Please, may you answer, is the Ronin S worth it? If I don't have a gimbal, I'm worried about getting back problems with it. You shouldn't get back problems. You just have to have good posture and, you know, like, don't overdo it. But I don't know exactly what the Ronin S is retailing for, or if it's worth it, because I haven't used it. It looks like a good gimbal, but what I do know is that now with the Crane 2 from Zhiyun, it comes with the servo follow focus, which is like game changer. Like, so no matter what camera you're using, you can use the follow focus wheel for no additional price. Because before it was like only Canon and Panasonic, I think. Now any camera works at the follow focus. I've heard the Ronin S, and I got this information from Matt Johnson. He said that the Ronin S only supports follow focusing for Panasonic, whereas the Zhiyun Crane 2, any camera, like absolutely any camera on the market, because now it comes with that servo follow focus, which, you know, this is the Crane 2 right here. This is what the servo focus mounts on. And that's just this thing right here. This goes onto that rod this way. And this controls the focus on the camera, and it works perfectly. Watch my new video, I talk about it. I'm sure the Ronin S is good. I haven't used it. But that's just my thoughts on that. You know, Zhiyun makes great products for great prices, great features, and they're always updating them. So many comments. How many people we got in here right now? 161. Not bad. By the way, guys, everyone please give this stream a big thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. I will love you forever if you give the stream a thumbs up. I'm just reading through some comments, trying to like get some good questions. A lot of people still talking about gear, but like a lot of this is really subjective. K1 Production said, hey bro, what camera do you shoot mostly? This guy right here, the A7 III, or I often use, I use both of these, A6500 and A7S III. Depends on the shoot. I mean, mostly the A7S III, or sorry, A7 III. I hope I wasn't saying A7S III the whole time. Probably make some people go crazy. A7 III and the Sony A6500. A6500 has really fast autofocus and it's nice and small, so I use that for certain things. And then I use the A7 III for pretty much everything else. For the people who are still asking, I will not be working for Peter. I'm not applying for the job opening. Can you use the LUTs in Premiere Pro? Yes, you can use the LUTs in any software because they're cube files. They work everywhere. I just realized my microphone is like blocking my light. I probably just made it worse, but whatever. Can you guys hear the music, by the way? I have some music going on in the background. I don't even know if you can hear it, but I'm enjoying it. Can you talk about your color correction / LUT process? I plan on doing a video on that. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, guys. Oh, I hate that feeling. You know that feeling when you're about to sneeze? Relatable, right? Who is my favorite YouTuber, both filmmaking wise and others? I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, I'm the most inspired by Peter McKinnon, obviously. But favorite YouTuber, I don't know. I don't think I have one. I have a lot of YouTubers that I watch that I like. I'm on YouTube all the time. The music's a little loud, eh? Okay, good to know. I'll turn it down. That should be better. All right. Where can you get the LUTs? Just go to like any one of my videos and the link is in the description or on my channel. Oh, wait, someone said, okay, so someone said the music was loud and someone said they couldn't hear the music. Okay. Can you guys hear it now? Yeah, someone trolled me. Can you hear it now? Louder. How's that? This is just a quiet part of the song now. How's that? You guys got to be able to hear that. I think this is going to be fine, like this. Okay. Is that a vapor wave? I don't know what that is. All right. I feel like freestyling on this. Should I freestyle, guys? Get this live stream right now. Let's see how many likes is it at. This is gonna be stupid. We are at... Come on, internet. How do I see how many? Oh, we're at 200 likes. Wow. Okay, we're at 200 likes. If we get the stream to 1,000 likes, I'll drop a freestyle. Thoughts on YC Imaging? One of my favorite YouTubers, hands down. The guy is so talented. So talented. He's so chill. He's got great stuff. I love like the look of his footage. He's just got such a good style. The music link, I don't even know where it's playing from at this point, but the music was provided by Trail Features. He submitted this to me. Can I pin a comment? Is that a thing? I don't think I can, but I posted the music playlist in there. Film Form, thank you for the super chat. Would you ever collab with a smaller channel? Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to making collabs and working with other people, it has very little to actually do with the size of the channel. Like, that's not what I look at. If I was going to collab with someone, it would just depend on their content and what they do. If I like their stuff and I feel like it would be a good fit with what I do and it's convenient, then, you know, then that's how it works. But yeah, the misconception that like a channel has to be like the same size as mine or something is not true. Motu Pictures, thanks a lot for all of your tips, Dan. I created Motu Pictures 2 years ago and I've learned a lot from you. Would love to hear some feedback on your vids. Will do, buddy. How about DM me on Instagram a link to your channel or to wherever your portfolio is, and I'd be happy to take a look. And thank you for the super chat. That's much appreciated. Yeah, Toronto meetups. There is definitely something in the works. I'm trying to get together with a few other creators from Toronto and make something happen. I'm trying to decide if I just want to do a meetup and like a hangout kind of thing, or if I want to do like an actual class, like if I want to like actually deliver some sort of workshop or something. I feel like that would be fun too. Garrett Garcia, thank you so much for the super chat. I tend to get grainy footage when I shoot 1080p for slow-mo on 6500. Any tips to help to reduce the grain? You can reduce the grain in post by using Neat Video. That's a plugin for either Premiere or Final Cut. I use it not all the time, but a good amount of times if there's a shot that has some grain that I want to take out. But yeah, like the key is lighting. You got to light your stuff, and make sure you're shooting with low ISOs and using a fast lens with a low aperture, low f-stop. Yeah, Felipe Oliveira said, I collabed with Brian Francisco. Yeah, Brian, this is actually a great story. So I was doing a live stream just like this, but I was reviewing your videos. So you guys are submitting videos and I was watching them live on the stream and giving feedback. One guy by the name of Brian Francisco submitted his video and it was really good. And I saw that it was taken in Toronto. So I said we should link up. Sure enough, a couple weeks later we did, and we made some stuff together, and I've actually hung out with him a few times. And he's actually a good buddy of mine now. Met him through my live stream, and now we're friends, and it's just happily ever after. And yeah, at the time, he had like a couple thousand subscribers. Now I think he's got like, he blew up lately. I think he's at like 25,000. He's got some great Final Cut tutorials. That's Brian Francisco. Check him out. Coming to London anytime soon. London, England or London, Ontario? Because I can be in London, Ontario today if I wanted to. London, England, that takes some planning. Someone asked, do you have a website for your clients to look at your stuff? And if so, do you use Wix? I used Squarespace to build my website. Not sponsored at all. That's just what I used. It's still up there, but I rarely like use it anymore because now a lot of my work is just repeat clients or word of mouth. I find that like from a marketing standpoint, I don't have to do as much now, which is great because once you do a lot of work, you sort of get to that point when you have more clients. 47 Visuals just dropped some heat in the chat, some fire freestyling. Yeah, Trail Features has a point. Like, if you're gonna ask someone to collab, don't just like, I get emails every day from people going, hey man, I want to collab. Like, all right, like, do you have like an idea or something? Like, what do you want to do? Is there something to that? Like, that's why like I haven't hit up like Peter or Maddie yet. I haven't even like reached out to them and said, let's collab, because I don't really have, like, I do have ideas, but there's nothing set in stone that I want to like, you know, if I'm going to reach out to them to collab, I'm going to be like, hey, Travel Feels, or hey, Maddie, I think I have an idea for a video, or I have like this project coming up, want to know if you want to work on it with me. Like, it would be that sort of approach, not just, hey, I want to collab sometime. Like, because that's like a very empty, hollow proposal. J Mala, J Malia, Majumder. So I'm probably saying that so wrong. Said, hi, you're great. Like your videos, man. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Do you recommend making videos that have high competition on YouTube or making unique videos when trying to grow? YouTube's funny. Everyone tries to break it down to such a like statistical, analytical thought process. Really what it comes down to is not like competition or anything. Like there are a billion color grading videos out there, but if you made a really good color grading tutorial, like a crazy banger color grading tutorial, it would still get views even though there's a lot of competition. It just depends on how good the video is. Like if the video is good and if it like satisfies people and it has shareability, that's what matters. Yeah. Do I stream regularly? I used to. I want to get back into doing it a little bit more nowadays. Mike Bulgakov, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, said, do you do paid marketing? Like Instagram, Facebook, or Google ads for either your website, YouTube, or Instagram? If so, does it work? If not, why? Well, I have done one paid promotion on Instagram when I was doing a giveaway. I'm just going to turn down this music a little bit. It's getting a little loud. There we go. I did one paid promotion on Instagram while I was doing a gimbal giveaway a while back. In my opinion, not worth it. In that scenario, it wasn't worth it because it just attracted people who wanted to win the giveaway, not who wanted to like follow my stuff. I don't know. I can't really speak for that because I haven't done enough. Maybe I'll do a video on that, like an experiment. Does it matter if I copy someone's content in my own style? I wouldn't say it matters. Being original is definitely important, but I mean, everyone copies each other to some degree. Yeah, I mean, there's a super talented filmmaker on YouTube called Henbu. Really good stuff. And his content is original. His footage is original, but I've noticed that like a few of his videos after he found my channel, he did a lot of things that resembled things I was doing. And like, I'm very confident that he got the ideas from me. Like I made my B-roll hacks video and then my prism video. Then he made a B-roll hacks video that featured all of the hacks I did in my B-roll hacks video with some of the stuff from the prism video. So like I wasn't like mad or anything. Like that's just how YouTube is, you know? Like he's really dope and people get ideas from each other. I'm sure he'd admit it too if I asked him, but even in one of his tutorials, he copied my like overhead angle from my Instagram bangers video. I mean, I didn't like invent that angle. I'm sure someone else has done it, but like I like came up with that on my own and then he used it, and that's totally cool. That's what's fun about YouTube and stuff. But that's not like, I wouldn't call that like copying or like stealing. It's just like inspiration and like that's what YouTube is. The whole reason you guys watch my videos is because you want to try and like do the things that I'm doing, right? Like, so, yeah, but check out Henbu. If you don't know Henbu, you should actually check him out. His footage, I don't know how he does it, man. The guy has the most like dreamy, like golden hour looking footage I've seen. It's awesome. Yes, Theo, good point. He did give me props in one of his videos. He said his video was inspired by my video. Very true. That's important. If you're gonna like get an idea from someone, like make sure you shout them out and like give them credit. You don't want to just yeah. The Patel said no one on YouTube can talk about B-roll because everyone will say you copied Peter. You know what's funny about that is that Peter McKinnon like changed the definition of the word B-roll. Oh, sorry. Reggie sent a super chat. He said, what format do you store your outro for best quality? Apple ProRes 422. Yeah, there's this ProRes 422. What was I talking? Oh, yeah, B-roll. So Peter McKinnon talks about B-roll a lot, and like so do I. Like a lot of people talk about B-roll. But the meaning of B-roll has totally changed. Like even Peter's B-roll challenge like isn't really B-roll by the definition, the original definition of B-roll. That's called a cinematic sequence. In a video you have A-roll, which would be your talking head like this, and then you would overlay B-roll over the A-roll to further illustrate a point you're making in the A-roll. Those segues when, like, you know, when Peter like puts on the letterbox and he's like walking around and like he's got his B-roll face on, as he calls it, and like showing downtown Toronto and all the like crispy slow motion, that like technically isn't B-roll. That's a cinematic sequence. But it is what I just think it's funny, you know, like the definition kind of changed. Like we all think of that as B-roll now. And in a sense, like you could make an argument that it is B-roll because it is like helping illustrate a point, but it's definitely more of a cinematic sequence, you know? Visuals asked, what full frame lenses would you recommend for the Sony A7 III? A7 III for run and gun shooting, ads, travel events, top 3. 28, 55, 85, 80, 200. I have the 28. I have a 50 mil, and I have the whatever this is, the 28 to 70, which I have not used. I literally have not used this lens yet because it came with the camera, and I'm probably just gonna sell it. Not really interested in this. Don't know why. Just something about it. Like I'm sure it's good, but it's an f3.5, which for me, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. I need something faster. That's just, I don't know. I like primes personally. I don't use a whole lot of zoom lenses. Do you think animation is important when dealing with editing? Important? When you say important, it makes it sound like you're saying it's like something crucial, but I don't know. I think like it definitely adds to a video to have animation. I don't use a whole lot of animation. Head North Media, if you want to buy my kit lens from me, by all means. If you actually want to buy it from me, just hit me up on Instagram. I just haven't gotten around to posting it online. What is the best lens for a Canon cropped sensor? Depends. There's so many different ways you can go. Oh, this beat. I like this beat. This playlist has just changed my life. Everybody give this stream a thumbs up if you're a real one. What was your biggest learning curve in editing, and how do you overcome them for people who are starting out and giving up because it's too hard? You get to a point in editing where learning new things isn't totally foreign to you. It's just sort of building on what you already know. But I'd say, like, I used to get so frustrated with color grading. Like, when I first started color grading, like, I was like, why does my footage look yellow? Or why does my footage look green? Why does it look red? Why does it look blue? And fixing it was such a pain. But I watched a ton of tutorials, a ton of videos from Denver Riddle and Color Grading Central. Spent hours, like so many hours, learning color grading. And now I know color grading like the back of my hand. I feel like I could, if I wanted to be, I could be a colorist. I feel like I could color. Mind you, like in my own videos, I don't put that much effort into color grading. I made a LUT pack and I just use my LUTs. I just slap them on there and I go with that because it's like YouTube content, you just got to get it out there. Done is better than perfect. Someone asked, Uh, Someone asked a good question and now I lost it. Maybe I'll see it again. Someone said, Daniel, how old are you actually? All right, everyone comment right now. How old do you think I am? If you know the answer, do not comment. I'm curious how old people think I am. But if you already know, don't put it. But let's see what you guys think. How old is Daniel? Hey, Daniel, love your content. Which one is better for filmmaking, 5D Mark II or 6D Mark II? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with like Canon stuff. All right, 22, 27, 28, 25, 23, 21, 26, 22, 26, 28, 24, 28, 28, 20, 24, 25, 24, 24, 23, 23, 18, 24, 22, 40, 41, 23, 22, 23, 27, 21, 21, 24, 24, 20, 29. Are you 26? 23, 50, 25, 23, 22, 18. Wow. A lot of you are very close, but like only 2 people got it right. Oh no, like 5 people got it right. Huh. That's so funny. A lot of people think I'm 28. I'm 23. Do I look older than 23? Maybe it's just the way like I talk or something. I'm 23. Lady B, you're mistaken. Jesse Bliss asked, Daniel, if you could only take 2 lenses with you to do a shoot, which ones would you take? I would take my 28mm f2 and my 50mm f1.8. 1994, that's right. Yeah, the thing is, I think the reason people, it's fine. I was playing hockey yesterday, 2 days ago, and someone asked how old I was. I said 23. They're like, what? They're like, you look so young. I thought you were 18. And now you guys are here saying I look like I'm like 27. I think it's maybe my manner of like speaking. That's what I would have to assume. Is people always say that I speak very maturely. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I look at myself in the mirror, like I don't have like many wrinkles or anything. Like I don't think I look like I'm nearing 30. Can't you hear the autofocus on the 51.8 when shooting video? I don't use autofocus with that lens because I'm on a Sony. I use a Canon 50mm 1.8. I don't use autofocus with this setup. Always have it switched to manual. And that is because the autofocus doesn't really work when you're using an adapter. It's just not worth it. And even if you could hear the autofocus, even if you were to use autofocus, like if you could and it was making noise, like you shouldn't be using like the camera's internal audio usually. The YouTube compression adds 6 years. I look young and sound mature. I could get on board with that. No, I'm not a goalie. This is actually a product I'm shooting for a client. I'm shooting a bunch of stuff for the people who make that. You Sold PD said, I'm an art director in advertising and I'm looking to get more into video. I've done some dumb videos with my friends, but nothing for a client. Any advice? Watch tutorials, get the basics down, and start shooting very like easy things. Like you could get into real estate or like food videos and stuff. Then start getting into like the more complex stuff. But start easy. Any tutorial you recommend to start color grading, specifically S-Log? Also would love to learn DaVinci and different color grading instead of teal and orange. Go on YouTube and search Denver Riddle and watch his color grading tutorials. It'll change your life. Do you recommend adjusting auto white balance when using log? Yeah, you always want to never use auto white balance. I never use auto white balance. I always set it. Sous vide everything. What's up? How you doing? You know what's funny? My uncle watches your videos, and I told him that you were once like in one of my live streams and that you watch my videos, and he was like, "What? No way!" He's like in his 50s too. He loves your stuff, and he doesn't watch that much YouTube, but he watches sous vide everything because he's like getting into the sous vide stuff. Thought I'd let you know that. I can't remember how it came up in conversation though. Also, sous vide everything. Congrats on the plaque. I saw that video. I'm really excited to be at that point as well. I'm hoping to get there soon. Really want that plaque. Very inspiring. What do I think of the Panasonic G7 as a starter camera? It's a great starter camera. It's, you know, priced properly and it shoots 4K. Has a flip out screen. Definitely recommend. How do you review the GH5 in short words besides the autofocus? Great documentary style camera, great storytelling camera, not the best YouTube camera. That would be my summary of that. Chris said, "Hi Daniel, you said you use the Canon 50mm f1.8. Why do you prefer using Canon Prime with an adapter over native Sony Prime? Thanks, love your channel." Thank you for the question, and it's a good question. And I actually don't prefer Canon Primes. I just really like the look of that specific lens. This 50mm, I really like just the way it looks. It's a nice lens. But I have tons of Sony Primes. I've got my 28mm, got my 16mm, I've got my 30mm. I've got a lot of native Sony Primes. I use both. I mean, this is really my only Canon Prime. I do have a couple of these vintage Helios lenses, but they're not great for video. For whatever reason, the footage is very shaky when I use these, which is unfortunate because they make really cool bokeh. I'm Alex from Africa. Really dig your video. Really like your videos, dude. Grats. Do you use DaVinci Resolve? I have DaVinci Resolve. I don't use it too often just because I have a really fast color grading workflow in Final Cut using Color Finale Pro. But DaVinci Resolve is a great program. Really good. It's probably the best color grading program in existence. Do you know why everybody is hiring at this time? Well, Peter McKinnon just hit 2 million subscribers, and Maddie put it into pretty good words today in his new video where he said he wants to do this for a long time and he doesn't want to burn out, and there's so many projects and things he wants to work on, and editing YouTube videos takes a long time. Like I can't speak for them, but I know for me, like my videos, like I spend more time editing my YouTube videos than I do editing my client work. The client work, it's just one video. It's super fast, but my YouTube videos are always like a video within a video within a video. Like I'm featuring videos in my video with like one video will be color graded a certain way, and then I have to line it up with all the audio, and I have to like do all sorts of like transitions and stuff in my YouTube videos. So like my YouTube videos take a long time to edit. So I can understand why people would hire someone to edit their stuff so that they could do more videos and not burn out as quickly. I think it's a great thing. I'm definitely not at that point. Like I've still got a lot of time on my hands. I'm very busy, but I'm busy because I'm editing so much. You know what I mean? Um, Daniel, you have to answer me this one. For what footage are you using the Polaroid LUT? It just makes everything look blue on my shots. Yes. Okay, so the Polaroid, you want to use that with daylight stuff. So when you're shooting outside in daylight, like golden hour, throw on the Polaroid LUT and turn it way down. I made it intense on purpose just in case people are shooting very flat profiles. But that is the one LUT out of the pack that's like very like specific. It's not going to work on every clip, but you definitely want to turn it way down in most cases. Also, a lot of people have said it helps if you warm up your footage a little bit before applying it. What ND filter would you recommend? Which one is this? This one is just like a local brand called Cameron, but you can go with Hoya or Tiffin. I've heard those are pretty good. How do you shoot stable footage without a gimbal? There's a lot of tutorials on that, using a wider lens, using in-body stabilization, using lenses that have OSS, or you know, you want to tuck your elbows in and turn with your body instead of turning your wrists, turn your whole body to get smoother motions. Add weight to the camera using like a battery grip, or use a camera strap to make tension, and that will smooth it out. There's all sorts of ways you can smooth out handheld footage. Hey Daniel, are all your filmmaking and editing skills self-taught? I got asked that from Miles Wildlife TV as well as Rena Roxas. Hope I'm saying that right. They both asked like the same question. Am I self-taught? Yeah, completely self-taught. Didn't go to film school. I actually went to university for marketing. I first learned how to use a camera and like understood all the camera terminology in like grade 11 in a photography course. But yeah, like all the video stuff is self-taught. Hey Dan, before Final Cut Pro, what editing software did you use? I'm using iMovie and it surprisingly has some decent options, but one day want to make the switch. I actually used iMovie as well, but that was a long time ago. I've had Final Cut for probably 10 years now. I used iMovie a long time ago, and I actually, one time I was on a trip up north and I didn't have my computer with me. I just had my MacBook Air, and all that I had on that was iMovie. I don't have Final Cut on my laptop, and I wanted to edit some footage, and I wanted to like rip my hair out using iMovie. It's so limiting once you're used to Final Cut. Definitely make the switch to Final Cut if you're still in iMovie. Thoughts on the Raptors' unfortunate playoff run once again? It is what it is, man. Like, I don't know why my voice keeps cracking, but yeah, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. I can't dwell on it. Like, the Raptors are far away. As long as LeBron is in the Eastern Conference, you know. Maybe a beginner question. Do you always have to balance exposure and color correction before color grading? Not even sure if those are the right terms. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So, you know, fixing your exposure and fixing your white balance before color grading. And by grading, you're talking about adding a look to your footage. So, no, you don't always have to, but usually you'll want to make some kind of tweak. Generally, you bring your footage into your editing software. It might be a little bright. It might be a little dark. You're going to want to balance that out. And then you want to fix the color cast. It might be a little too cool or a little bit too warm. So then you fix that. Then you can get into like making a look or adding a LUT or something like that. That's the workflow that everyone should follow. Can you list me everybody you learned from? There's a lot. YC Imaging, Peter McKinnon, Travel Feels, Left Coast, Jason Vong, Sidney DeYoungson, James Matthews, Ryan Cow, Casey Neistat, Yes Theory, Colin and Samir, Justin Odisho. Like, there's so many. I'm probably forgetting a lot of people. Why Final Cut over Adobe Premiere? Ah, there's a video topic. Okay, I used Premiere for a while and After Effects, and I actually still use it. I use Adobe Audition all the time. I use Photoshop and Lightroom all the time. Like, I'm proficient in Adobe products. But why do I edit videos in Final Cut? Well, the most basic answer is that I don't really do anything in After Effects. I don't do much compositing and things like that. When I edit videos, the goal is to turn it around quickly and to have like the smoothest editing process as possible. So with Final Cut, first and foremost, if you're on a Mac, Final Cut is just objectively faster than Adobe Premiere. People can argue this all they want, but like, I've used both, and anyone who's used both knows that Final Cut renders 4K footage faster, especially when you're editing like a project in like ProRes. Like, it is so much faster. The other thing is Final Cut has the snapping timeline. This takes out a lot of the clicks that you would have to do in Premiere when editing a video. So if I have a clip like this and I want to remove this chunk of it, in Premiere you can remove that chunk, and then you would have to do another keyboard shortcut or another mouse movement to then bring those clips together. In Final Cut, it just does it right away. You cut it, you take it out, and it just, like, all with like 2 clicks. And do like everything in Final Cut is like that. Everything is like automatic. Like, it knows what I want to do because I've been using it for so long. I just know how to edit in it. When you're moving to Final Cut from Premiere, it frustrates a lot of people. They're like, why is everything moving around? But like, I like that it moves because I know how it's going to move, and it actually makes everything faster. But another reason is that Color Finale Pro for Final Cut is my favorite color grading tool. I just find it, like, I just love it. Yeah, Trail Features knows what I'm talking about. The bottom line is that I edit faster in Final Cut, and that, like, it's all subjective. Like, everyone can edit in what they want to use. Premiere is like the industry standard, which is a word I hate, but like, I just find Final Cut like so much faster. Do you use magnetic timeline or on top? I use both. Like, my A roll will be in the magnetic, and then all my B roll is on top. Do I make a storyboard before filming for a client? Depends on the video. Miles Wildlife TV asked an interesting question. He said, Daniel, besides YouTube income, does your freelance work pay enough to earn a living? The two things put together, like, I do earn like a, honest amount, like nothing crazy, but nothing, I'm not broke, which is nice. But could be making more. I mean, like, there's always gonna be someone making more and someone making less. I don't have that many expenses because after I finished school a year ago, I'm back in my parents' house. So I'm not paying rent right now, and I'm just saving up to buy a place. Like, I want to buy like a live workspace with an office. And that's the dream. But yeah, like, if I wanted to, I could be renting a place right now and just living off what I'm making currently. But that's not what I want to do. I want to make more, and I want to save. Is Final Cut as good as Color Finale Pro for color grading? No. Color Finale Pro, like, kills the stock color grading stuff for Final Cut. Anyone in Final Cut should get Color Finale Pro, like, to grade their videos. It's just so good. Why are there so many good YouTubers from Toronto? Because Toronto is the greatest city on earth. On which device of Apple do you edit? I have a Mac Pro, which is overpriced. Would have rather got a MacBook Pro, but I screwed up. Can you do a laser flip? I'm not going to do one right now, but yes, I've posted laser flips like on my Instagram before. That's a skateboarding trick for those of you who don't know. All right, guys. Well, it's 3 o'clock and I have to start getting ready to go. I have a rooftop party I'm going to tonight. I don't really know what it is, but I'm going with some friends and my girlfriend. I'm probably going to bring my camera and film some stuff, so you'll see something on Instagram. So make sure you're following me on Instagram at daniel.schiffer. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I enjoyed hanging out with you all. It was a beautiful time. And stay tuned for the next video. Got a lot of stuff on the way. Have a good night and see you later. Peace.